In a rare case of a gun store being held liable for the crimes committed with guns that they sold to someone they should not have sold them to, a judge has ordered a Wisconsin gun store to pay $6 million to 2 police officers who were injured with guns that the criminal should have never had. Now, this ruling came in a negligence lawsuit filed by the officers against Badger Guns, a shop in suburban Milwaukee that authorities have linked to hundreds of firearms found at crime scenes. The lawsuit said the shop ignored several warning signs that the gun used to shoot the officers was being sold to a so-called straw buyer who was illegally purchasing the weapon for someone else. During the purchase, Collins, this is the person who bought the gun, initially checked no on a federal firearms transaction form that asked whether he was the actual buyer of the weapon before a gun store employee told him to change his answer to yes, the lawsuit said. Now, Collins was apparently paid $40 by another guy to buy the gun. Now, what's amazing about that is that despite the fact that he went in to buy the gun for someone else, was paid to buy the gun for someone else, when asked if he was buying the gun for himself, he still went to check no originally. Not the smartest criminal there.
Yeah, well, a lot of criminals are not the brightest bulb there are, right? I mean, when you go to become a straw man purchaser, it turns out that you don't really need an Ivy League degree.
Yeah, apparently.
So, hey, son, are you buying the gun for someone else? And God knows if they're underage or something. Oh, yeah, that's what I was doing. Yeah.
Yes, no. What's the answer? I don't know. Yes. Now, the guy who actually ended up getting the gun is Julius Burton. He was riding his bicycle on a sidewalk when the 2 officers stopped him, and that led to them both being shot in the face. That's one of the reasons so much money is being given out. This is Officer Brian Norberg and Officer Graham Kunich. Here's a description of what actually ended up happening to them. 1 bullet shattered 8 of Norberg's teeth, blew through his cheek, and lodged into his shoulder. He remains on the force, but said his wounds have made his work difficult. Kunich was shot several times, resulting in him losing an eye and part of the frontal lobe of his brain. He said the wounds forced him to retire. And as I said, it is actually a large amount of money that Badger Guns is being forced to pay. Jurors awarded the store to pay Norberg $1.5 million, Kunich $3.6 million, and punitive damages of $730,000. Now, this gun store has already closed down. It's been replaced by another. But that is a very large verdict against them. It's one of the few areas of liability that you can actually get them on when they knowingly sold it to someone who they had cause to believe would end up giving it to someone who might commit a crime.
Okay, you said the gun store closed down, but that's true technically, but understand the shell game that's being played.
Yes, that's true.
It's the same owner and the same family who owns the store. They closed it down and said, okay, now we are opening a new store at the same location selling the same things, but with a new name. Mm-hmm. So this is not responsible for whatever lawsuits might come later. Okay, and these guys do it all the time. Authorities, according to the Associated Press, have said more than 500 firearms recovered from crime scenes had been traced back to Badger Guns and Badger Outdoors, making it the #1 crime gun dealer in America, okay?
How can the NRA support that?
I mean, they're like, oh, golly gee, all our guns wound up being in all these criminals' hands. I mean, when the criminals walk in, they're like, oh, don't check off the wrong thing. Here, let's check off the right thing. So now the NRA defends this law, which made it very hard to win this case. They won the case anyway, the cops did, because they're cops.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when you shoot someone, a normal citizen, you have a much harder chance of winning the case. There's this shooting in Sandy Hook where the victims are suing. Aurora, Colorado, victims sued and lost, right? Mm-hmm. They say, why did you sell the weapons to this crazy guy? They're like, hey, we got immunity because this law passed by Bush and the Republicans.
Yeah.
In this case, there is one provision in the law that says if you think you're helping make an illegal gun purchase, right, that one that you know is illegal.
And they know they have a history of it here.
Right, and in this case, the guy told him, no, don't check off that box, check off the other box. Plus, then you go to the jury, and you've got 2 cops shot in the face.
Yeah.
Right?
That's a difficult one to lose.
Right. And they even gave punitive damages. You're so guilty, we're attaching punitive damages to it to make sure no other gun dealer does this anymore. But you know what? The NRA fights against all of these. Now,
Of course.
NRA, I got a question for you. You really going to fight against those 2 cops who got shot in the face?
They are.
And your idea is, oh, no, the way to beat a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. Well, both those cops had guns, right? It didn't stop the guy from shooting them in the face. It's a little hard to recover after you had your face blown off and your eye socket is missing, okay? Yeah. So this whole idea, oh, good guy with a gun and that'll fix it. No. You know what might fix it? Is if you shut down stores that know they're selling to criminals and do it over and over and over again, and you make them pay a heavy price for it, whether they shoot a cop or just an average citizen.
Yeah, and the fact that this can go on makes the few gun regulations we actually have, that makes them out for the sham that they actually are. When you can do this sort of thing, you go to this store that's going to sell you the gun, even if you're a foaming at the mouth lunatic, they'll sell you the gun, then what the fuck does it matter if Chicago has harsh gun laws? You can just go to a place where they desperately want to arm you for your next crime, and then you bring it into Chicago. Yeah, now Julius Denton is serving 80 years, the sentence for this, and we often will say, we talk a lot about police brutality and how they treat people, and when we say that, it's that they shoot and kill or beat the shit out of people who were not armed, were not causing any sort of problem, didn't deserve it. In this case, they can beat the shit out of them if they want. I think that's totally fair. Okay. And there's an acknowledgement that the police do face a lot of danger in certain situations. But that doesn't mean in all situations.
And by the way, and when they do face that danger, who wants to protect them? We do.
We do. Not the NRA.
But not conservatives.
Not the NRA. Yeah, the NRA loves to say that they're all American and they care about your freedom. Not when it comes to shooting cops in the face, they're fine with that. And not when it comes to terrorists, people on the terrorist watch list getting guns. They fight against them being stopped from getting guns. They get to talk all day long about how guns are great. But then sometimes on the periphery, when terrorism is brought up, when cops' lives are brought up, it's shown that they don't give a fuck about America. They give a fuck about selling you a gun.